Hey guys, my name is Brianna, and today's video I've gotten so many requests to do. This video honestly took me a while to plan because I wanted to make sure I was giving you the very best advice possible on what you should register for. So this is my big registry list. I will also type it all out and put it in the description box below so that after you watch this video you can go back and reference the list all typed up there for you in the description. And if you have anything that viewers should be registering for that I did not mention in this video, please leave it in the comments. And then this in general before I actually dive into the actual registry list, which I'll try to go through rather quickly, but I thought it was really great that my mother-in-law and sister-in-law put on the invitation, please bring a book instead of a card. Landon has a fully stocked library, and me as a former English teacher, I absolutely love it. He loves reading. He asks for his books every single night. So inside it has everyone's names who bought that book for him. So I really like being able to say, oh, your Aunt Del got you this book, or, you know, Auntie Dina got this book for you. Number two, I also think it's totally appropriate to say gift cards. I think folks would like to know if they do decide to purchase you a gift card instead of them maybe making a choice for you or selecting something for you, that saying gift cards to Babies R Us or Target or the places where you feel like you're going to use them the most, maybe Pottery Barn if you have furniture or something like that that you're trying to save up to buy, asking for those gift cards, guests do appreciate that option as well. I had many people share that with me. I know there's also lots of options on where to register. To me, that was way too overwhelming, and because I was getting so much advice from great mama friends as well as watching YouTubers and getting awesome advice, I actually found a registry site that allowed me to, very similar to Pinterest, pin items from all over the place. So I had stuff from Babies R Us, Target, smaller Etsy shops, off of Amazon. And being able to list things for the lowest prices that I would find as well, to me was just me trying to be more generous to folks who were being really generous to me. I wasn't forcing people to shop at a store where the price might not be the lowest option. Okay, let's dive in because this is probably going to be so long, and again, it's all typed up in the description box for you. Clothing wise, if you are somebody who is okay with other people purchasing the clothes you want, and obviously you can register for what you like, but I know sometimes people like to go and actually just pick things out themselves, I would recommend for newborn, 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, and 12-month, registering for 5 onesies or tops, 5 bottoms, so again you can make sure that they're coordinated for the different ages and sizes, having 3 to 5 long sleeve or sweater options depending on the time of year you're having your baby and where you live, if you need long sleeves or sweaters, and I even think for air conditioning in the summer you need something. Sun hat, snow hat, depending on again where you live. Newborn cap and mittens. For in the hospital when you first bring baby home, you definitely want them to have newborn, at least 1 cap, and I would say 3 pairs of the mittens, just because they can get lost in the wash. I feel like that happened with Landon. I would get 10 pairs of socks. In general, they come in 0 to 6 months and 6 to 12 months, so I would get 10 pairs of socks per age range. Seasonally, or depending on where you live, a snowsuit. Also a swimsuit, and I would recommend the ones that have the long sleeves. Oh, my heartburn is horrible. I'm so sorry, guys. But I would highly recommend a long sleeve swimsuit so you have that extra sun protection for your little one. And then, this is the must. Make sure, first time mamas, I know they might look really cute, but it will be so much easier if you register for zip up sleepers or PJs. I know they sometimes call them sleep and plays or just pajamas, but you want the ones that have a zipper. The buttons, when your little one starts to get wiggly, it is just so difficult. Get a zipper, it is a huge lifesaver. All right, when it comes to diapering, if you are not doing cloth diapers, I would recommend registering for packs of diapers, unless sometimes guys like to actually have a diaper party as sort of a last hurrah for the dad. So if that's an option for daddy to have a diaper party, it's easy for guys to, you know, they say bring a pack and a 6-pack, so they bring a pack of diapers to it or a pack of wipes to it. But I would register for a jumbo size box of newborn diapers, size 1 diapers, size 2 diapers. You could probably even register for 2 of each, but Again, unless you're having a diaper specific party, most people like to buy other things on your registry, but at least usually a guest will see that you have one for each of those ages and may end up purchasing it. You can also have at least 3 huge jumbo boxes of wipes. I would recommend getting sensitive wipes just because you don't know your little one's sensitivity and skin type. So go the safe route, register for sensitive wipes. Register for a huge thing of Desitin or butt paste, whatever kind of brand you're comfortable with. Also, you can register for a diaper bag for yourself. That's totally acceptable. I've seen them, I think, on every baby shower registry I've gone to lately. And this is a maybe. I will say we used our diaper pail. We got a diaper genie originally with my son, and then make sure you register for the type of bags that go inside of whatever kind of diaper pail you register for. But I will say we learned within the first week, poop could not go in the diaper genie. So ultimately we don't even use it anymore. We just take all our diapers straight outside, but we were originally using it just for #1 diapers. Furniture that you will need for baby in the nursery: a crib, along with that a crib mattress. I would tell you, if you're trying to be really minimal, get a dresser that can also double as a changing table, where you can set the changing pad right on top of the dresser until your little one outgrows needing a diaper, and then they can still use that dresser for storing their clothes. You will need some sort of a rocker or glider for feeding or nursing. I would highly recommend having a reading lamp for next to that rocker glider as well. You don't want a huge bright overhead light on in the room when you're trying to get your little one soothed and calm and ready for nap or bedtime. So just having a dim reading light next to where you're feeding them before you lay them down was critical. Said the dresser, but the changing pad for on top of the dresser, and I would highly recommend Target, it's the Circo brand, has a wipeable changing pad. So that way you do not need to be washing changing pads constantly. I know they make really nice, like full soft ones, but these, they still have like the soft minky fabric on the sides, but the center is plastic and wipeable, and it just has saved me from having to do so many loads of wash when either little boys pee sprays up or baby has a full out blowout. You will need a hamper. You will also need blackout curtains for your nursery so that nap time during the day is successful. And at nighttime, when it's longer daylight hours in the summer, you will want those blackout curtains as well. Now onto some health related products for baby. You will want light up nail clippers so that you can see your baby's nail bed and you don't accidentally clip them, as well as little nail files, because sometimes that's just easier if baby's nails aren't totally out of control. You will want some kind of either nose sucker or one of the bulb suckers. You definitely need something to clean out baby's nose. A thermometer, we opted for a forehead one and like it a lot better. We feel like it's accurate and was so much easier to use than having to put something in a crying sick baby's mouth or ear or anything like that. A soft brush for their hair. You will likely want to register for 2 kinds of toothbrushes. There's one that's more of a gum toothbrush and then an actual toothbrush for when their teeth come in, as well as baby age or newborn age toothpaste. And again, there are so many options out there, but you might want to register for baby Tylenol, baby teething tablets, maybe some saline drops or saline spray for nose if baby's congested, some gas relief drops or other kind of digestion relief medicine, whatever you feel comfortable registering for your baby medicine wise. I would highly recommend doing it, because that way you have it on hand for when crisis arises and aren't having to worry about running out to a store when you have a sick little one who could be really uncomfortable. And then also related to cleaning all these things, you might want to register for a huge jumbo size Dreft detergent or some other kind of dye-free, perfume-free detergent for washing babies. Okay, the next set of items I'm going to talk about are for basically taking baby on the go places. So if you know you have a very active lifestyle, there might be more products you want to register for, but again, this is what I feel like you just need to function. A car seat and base or bases. So if you and your partner have separate cars, definitely get a base for each of your cars, so it's just really easy to pop it in and out, and you're not having to take a car seat and a base out and reinstall it every time you're going to be driving in the other car. A stroller, and the stroller we registered for, our car seat, the newborn car seat, could actually latch into it, so that made it really convenient for travel. I would also recommend though, just because that stroller is really bulky, for $20 you can get a really easy, fast pop-up stroller. So if it is just someplace you're going to fast and you know, you're not on rough terrain, you're not taking your baby through the park for, you know, a 3-mile walk or something. Sometimes those fast collapsible pop-up strollers that are $20, you could register for that as well. You will want a pop-up crib just in case you're going to be traveling or staying overnight anywhere. And honestly, you do not need a fancy expensive one. The one that honestly pops up the easiest that we use every time we travel is a $50 one that we actually got because we didn't want to fly with one. So we just said we would buy the cheapest pop-up one when we got to my husband's grandparents' house. And now we end up loving it. It's like the best pop-up crib we have. And this is a maybe. You might want to get some kind of a baby carrier. You may want to wait until baby's here to actually take baby and test them out, because I know there are so many variations of either baby wraps or there's different kind of, you know, front or back carriers for baby. So that might be something you want to ask for gift cards for, or you could register if you're pretty sure you know exactly the kind you want. And then I would just say register for 3 to 5 blankets so that you have a blanket in every car. So no matter what the weather, it could be raining or snowing or something where you're going, and it's nice just having extra baby blankets for travel purposes. Okay, on to feeding baby, and a lot of these products, again, you won't necessarily need until like around the 4 to 6 months mark, depending on when you'd want solids, but still good to register for. A high chair, and I would highly recommend one that's easy to take the tray off and clean, and take, if there's any sort of fabric on it, pop the fabric off so you can throw that in the wash if it gets dirty. 3 to 5 bowls, definitely get ones that are microwave safe. I feel like we end up needing to microwave things quite regularly. Spoons, as well as the travel screw-on spoons for the food pouches. Bibs, I would highly recommend no cloth bibs. Get the plastic ones that have the pocket, because that way their little treats and snacks or whatever fall into the pockets. And you can just wipe or rinse off those bibs in the sink instead of having to do laundry to wash cloth bibs all the time. You will want a pack of travel food containers. The kind we got, they're called the Take and Toss. They're rainbow colored, and honestly, we use those so much for either just transporting snacks, or if, you know, we're going someplace and he's not quite finished with his snack, it's so easy just to have the quick pop on lid. They're all interchangeable no matter what the colors are. And they're really cheap, so if we happen to leave one or lose one, or he drops one out of the stroller and I don't notice or something, don't sweat it. It was only like $5 for like a 20-piece set. And these you will need right away, but burp cloths, you will want at least 10 burp cloths, and I'm not kidding. You will be doing laundry all the time if you don't get at least 10 burp cloths. Okay, this is for breastfeeding or bottle feeding, and the majority of the ones I'm going to start with are for breastfeeding. So if you plan on breastfeeding, I would highly recommend you register for the Bamboobies Nipple Balm, just so that you are not dealing with cracked, horrible, painful nipples. Breast pads, because boobs do leak. I would also register for some nursing bras or nursing tops or nursing gowns. You will probably live in nursing gowns the first couple weeks you're at home with your baby. I know in the US, and again, things could be changing because of all of this health insurance wonkiness going on, but in general in the US, you are covered by your health insurance if you have health insurance to get a breast pump. If you do not have the type of health insurance, or you do not live somewhere where that's covered, you will want to register for a electric breast pump. You will also want to register for a milk storage kit that has the bottles and the freezer bags to store your milk. You also want a cooler and ice packs for transporting milk around for a baby, or if you plan on going back to work, so that you can be transporting your milk to and from work with you. And then this is whether you are breastfeeding or bottle feeding. You will need to register for bottles and nipples. Our preference was the Munchkin latch. We thought that the nipple on them was the most realistic to what Landon was familiar with from being pretty much breastfed all of the time until I went back to work around the 3-month mark. So we'll see if Presley likes them. I have heard some babies just respond differently, but we chose Munchkin latch, and I thought they worked really, really well. You will want a cleaning brush to clean out your bottles and nipples really thoroughly. You will also need a drying rack. I love the Boone drying rack with the cute little like twigs and flowers that you stick into the grass, and it's nice then for hanging the like nipples or other bottle pieces parts on top of. We use the bottle warmer quite regularly just so that my grandma, or if I had, you know, extra breast milk and we were heating it up later, we liked using a bottle warmer. And that way we were never concerned that the temperature was too hot for baby because we knew it was being heated to exactly the right temperature. If you are choosing to formula feed, or you might want to just be extra prepared and get some supplemental formula for your baby, even if you plan on breastfeeding, but you can register for your formula. And I'd never used this because of breastfeeding, but my cousin who had twins, who was formula feeding them, had these really cool travel containers for your formula just to make sure that it stays completely like sanitary, because you're not supposed to let air or anything like that really touch your formula. Like you should be scooping it directly out of the container if at all possible. And so she had a really cool travel container for formula. If you plan on being on the go a lot in formula feeding, you might want to look into that. And then I didn't use this, but whether you're nursing or bottle feeding, just for your comfort, you may want to register for a boppy pillow and different boppy covers or other nursing pillows and covers, just for comfort for either nursing or for bottle feeding baby. Okay, some safety items you will need to register for. Baby gates, corner covers for either tables or different like cabinets that might stick out. You don't want your little one to smack their forehead on the corner. Outlet covers are huge. Landon, he immediately like sticks his finger in an outlet. I'm like, why are you drawn to that? Don't touch it. Cupboard latches, because they will open up every cupboard that they can. And I would highly recommend, if you're getting a baby monitor, get one with video. It's just so much peace of mind to be able to see them in their crib, especially if they're sick. Check on them, make sure you see them breathing. It's just so much better to have the video. Some sleeping items that you will want to register for: a white noise machine, a nightlight with a dehumidifier. We love the combo. You will want to register for at least 2 waterproof mattress pads, as well as 3 or more sheets. This is, again, so you're not doing laundry constantly, especially because little ones may constantly have, you know, leaks through their diaper once they start sleeping longer stretches. And my mom hack that I love is I do 1 mattress pad sheet, the other waterproof mattress pad sheet. So if there is a middle of the night mess, I'm not having to fully change all of these different sheets and mattress pads. There's already a mattress pad and a sheet underneath the first one that's good to go. And that has been a lifesaver for some middle of the night, either vomit or poop explosions. And then this is kind of, again, your baby's preference. Landon was not a swaddle baby, but you may want to register for a few of the wearable blankets or swaddles. Toys for your little one. I think it's 100% appropriate to register for things that are going to nurture little one's creativity. So any kind of bright, colorful, the rings, the balls, the blocks, the stackable objects, those are so great, and your little one actually can start kind of playing or touching with those things only a month old, so you might start to use those right away. When they are just a newborn, either rattles, or they make the little rattle mittens, or sometimes like wrist or ankle rattles that they can wear, and I know Landon really liked those. As well as, I would say, #1 thing as far as playing, the kick and play piano gym was amazing. So I would definitely say that's something you start using right away, because you can lay them down on it so they can just look up at the different objects, and then as they get a little older, start kicking and pulling, and even can then eventually sit up and play with it. Some bath items that you should register for is a bathtub. The one I will put in the description box, the one I recommend, it was a Fisher-Price bathtub. To me, it worked a lot better than one of the summer infant bathtubs that my grandma had at her house that we put Landon in. It was just much more comfortable. He like didn't cry in it. I would get at least 5 hooded towels, again, for laundry efficiency. I would get 5 washcloths. Make sure you register for baby shampoo, baby wash, and lotion. I've always loved using a lavender scented lotion just because we do our bath right before bed, and I think it's super calming and helps get baby ready for bedtime with that nice soft lavender scent. Also, sort of again, something to play with, but we love those Munchkin bath letters and just some other bath toys you could register for, because I think it helps make bath time fun and enjoyable instead of something that maybe your little one doesn't like as much. I know we've gone through periods of time where Landon will like baths and then hate baths, so the toys are always a good distraction if he's especially going through an I hate baths phase. I have 2 things that are maybes. I saw them on a lot of lists, and I know a lot of people register for them. And again, I think it kind of just depends on you and your preference. It could be something you wait on for your baby, either a bassinet or one of those sleeping nests, or there's other like pillow ones that you can actually have baby sort of in bed with you because there's like a pillow that rises up around them. It kind of just depends on what your preference is. So there are some people who put the crib in their master bedroom and eventually move into the nursery later on. So I think it just kind of is your preference and what you plan on doing with your little one. But you could register for some kind of a bassinet or sleeping nest, as they call it, for next to your bed. And then one other final thing for sleeping is a mobile. I feel like we couldn't use it that long with Landon because it got to a point where he was like reaching and pulling it down on his head and it was becoming more of a safety hazard. So I just didn't feel like we got that much use out of it because he wasn't sleeping in his crib until around 2.5 months because he was sleeping in our room with us. And then probably by 6 months when he could sit up, he was ripping it down. So you could register for a mobile, but we just didn't get that much use out of it. And I'm thirsty. I have like my Gatorade up here. I need to drink some. I'm like so dehydrated from talking through all of that. Well, there you have it. I hope if you requested this video that it was helpful for you, or if you are a new mama or somebody who is just looking to make sure that you have everything you need for your baby, that this video was useful to you. I know it was really, really long, so if you've made it to this point, thanks for sticking through it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
I know I haven't been perfect, but give it some time. There's not a single day goes by where you don't cross my mind. And we spend our lives looking for things we can't find.